The video you just saw was of me in a moment of struggle and pain, when the deep stored pain from the past was resurfacing, and I was allowing myself to fully feel it and be in that mess. There is something very healthy about being open to all of the human emotions. And if we, for some reason, judge some emotions as negative or less than, or especially this one, like less spiritual, then what unfortunately could happen is we become a prisoner of our own life. A prisoner where we think that we can only be in one specific way in order to be okay. When really though, if you think about it, the universe, existence, and life is all that is. And that means that we as humans at some point will feel so many different feelings. And when it's coming through, instead of try to resist it or numb it out or distract ourselves from it with, social media, with drugs, with medicines, with sex, with more social gatherings, like instead of running away from these things that are actually stored inside us, that are there, why not open to them and remember though and trust that we are, I am, you are, we are, I am, the loving witness, the loving awareness that holds a loving space for all of these emotions to be fully felt and moved through in this body. In the past, I used to sedate myself with alcohol, with absolute vodka. I would drink every single day because I felt that type of pain that you saw in that video. That's how I actually felt, but I didn't feel that there was a safe place for me to tap into that feeling. I was kind of in a place of feeling like I'm not safe to feel my feelings. So, and I also didn't know how to feel those feelings in a healthy way. For me, if I started tapping into all of the pain of being human, I kind of didn't want to live, and I was actually feeling like if I have to feel that pain, I would rather not be here. So in the past, my way of coping and staying alive was to sedate myself with alcohol. And now my way of staying alive and coping with being a human, and actually, to be honest, enjoying the experience of being a human, my way to deal with it is to be an open channel, is to stay open when things are challenging or painful or unpleasant, when discomforts are arising, when I'm feeling, the depths of pain or heartbreak from not just my own personal life, but from the collective, from society, from my ancestors. It's not always my own personal pain that I'm tapped into. And to be quite honest with you, like this time before I'm about to start bleeding is very, very raw and tender, and I feel really open. And so I wanted to talk about, mental health, and just the importance also of being kind to every human that you meet. And if people aren't, replying to you right away, or if people aren't showing up in the way that you want them to, maybe just for a moment, you could imagine that maybe they're going through something. Maybe they're actually struggling in their lives. And instead of you judging them for not showing up for you, why don't you for a moment just tap into maybe they're actually, got a lot going on in their lives. I recently had an experience where a sister kind of lashed out at me because I didn't reply to her messages. And to be quite honest, I have received some very, very intense news the last 2 weeks. It's been kind of this ongoing thing with more of this information being revealed to me, and it's been really scary and uncomfortable and upsetting and heartbreaking and just kind of like really, really, really uncomfortable stuff to hear. And I haven't really been able to share it much with anybody because it's pretty sensitive stuff. But I just felt like with receiving that news and with other things going on, I completely innocently forgot to message her back. And I get a message that she now says she feels like she sees my true colors and she felt like I was ignoring her, when really that wasn't the case at all. Now I understand how that is a conclusion we could easily come to when somebody says, for example, I'm here for you, I love you, and then they don't reply to us in the messages. However, my way of viewing it is, if someone says I'm here for you, I love you, and then they don't reply to me, it's more that, wow, they must really be struggling. There must be some sort of disconnect there. I don't go straight to like this thought that this person must be evil and not cool and not a good person and they are intentionally ignoring me. Because every single time that has not been the case. The mind really likes to make up stories. And so for us all to watch that, I think is important. But yeah, if you are someone right now that is struggling with mental health, with painful, heavy feelings and emotions, my invitation to you is that you can breathe with it and open to it, and if you need, seek out support from someone, some elderly people that can support you and hold it with you, or if you have, close friends to go and be with them, but to really know that there's no shame in what you feel, because we're human, and this human experience is messy, it's raw, it's filled with all the spectrums, with joy, with bliss, with ecstasy, but also with, the opposite of those things. And I do not think that one is better than the other. I don't think that I am more worthy or beautiful when I'm, in my joy, in my giddy, like playful self. I think that I'm beautiful in every state that arises within me, and that the beauty is in allowing it and opening to it and actually really being in what's true throughout all the states that arise, that come and go, being in the presence, being the I am presence, being Christ consciousness, being loving awareness, seeing the true nature of me and letting that eternal life that is me hold a loving, compassionate, curious space for the human unfolding, for Amanda's life. That's really what it's about, because then I can just fully be opening and feeling and be raw and mess up and be a human. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to just learn really from our mistakes and from our life. Life is a great teacher, and we're here to remember our truth and what is real. And to me, what is showing itself to be real again and again and again, despite how much pain and craziness and like just, yeah, darkness is here, is love. And love will prevail, and love will win, and love is the conqueror of all. So we must embody this truth of love and be the answer, be the change, versus talk about it, imagine it, think about it. Really embody the truth of you, which is to be love in every moment of your life. So when you're in deep pain and struggle, how would someone who deeply, truly loves themselves meet themselves in that? Would they suppress? Would they drink? Would they do drugs? Or would they, ask for help, or simply hold themselves and breathe through it? Journal, express it through dance. There's so many different means of moving with these energies that come and arise in us. So thank you for listening and for being here. And if you're feeling like you need any support in your journey, you're welcome to reach out to me. I am open to working one-on-one with a few human beings that are serious, not too serious, but that are committed to growth and to self-inquiry and to being really honest, and to humans that are willing to actually see the truth, the real truth, not the personal truth, the universal truth of this whole thing. If you're someone like that, and if you want to work with me one-on-one, then message me and reach out. If you're not, then don't even bother. Okay. Much love.